See guys, I'll give a quick overview of case 1. E1 is equal to, we have considered it as, that is electric field is equal to, we have taken it as E naught J cap, right? And magnetic field is equal to, students, we have taken it as B naught J cap, right? And velocity V is equal to, we have considered V naught I cap. So it remained perpendicular to this, no? Now, y coordinate after time t, we need to find out velocity is how much. That is Vx I cap plus Vy J cap plus Vz K cap. So this velocity we need to find it out, students, after time t, and as well as position vector. S is equal to x into I cap plus y into j cap plus z into k cap. These two we need to find it out after time t. Okay, guys. As a part of that, first try to take the effect of electric field on the charged particle. So from the students, because of electric field, Vy is equal to, simply you can write half Ay t square. Therefore, Vy is equal to, you can write QE by 2m into t square. After time t, the velocity of charged particle along y direction is going to be this QE by 2m into t square. Similarly, students, y is equal to, you can write Vy is equal half at square nt. Sorry. See guys, Vy is equal to u plus at. By using Vy is equal to uy plus ay into t, you can write Vy after time t is equal to QE by m into t. So this is Vy, guys. Okay. In this, we need to find out velocity. No, Vy can be written as QE by m into t. Similarly, here y is equal to, students, half ay t square. So y coordinate after time t is equal to, you can write QE by 2m into t square. Now see, students, we got y component of velocity and y coordinate because of only electric field. Because, students, electric field just it accelerates. Okay, just accelerates in the direction of electric force. Since electric force is along y direction, okay, y coordinate of the charged particle after time t will be this, and y component of velocity after time t will be this. Anyway, it is making accelerated helix. In the last class, we have concluded that. Okay, guys, it is making accelerating helix, right? Now, concentrate on the role of magnetic field, students. Now concentrate on the role of magnetic field. See here, since magnetic field is acting along j direction, we can say that in xz plane, the circle will be there. Means in xz plane, the charged particle will execute circular motion. And after time t, let us consider, I'm considering this is a point P. And this I'm taking x, and this I'm taking z, students. Now here velocity will be like this. Let us consider it is entering with v naught along x-axis, so it gets deviated, okay, because of the magnetic force acting along y direction, right, students? Now I am taking the role of only magnetic field on charged particle, students. Since magnetic field is acting along y direction and charged particle is entered perpendicular to magnetic field, we can say that it will execute circular motion. And now the next question is, students, what could be the plane of this circle? Plane of the circle always remains normal to the magnetic field. Therefore, since magnetic field is along y direction, friends, plane of the circle will going to be along xz. Okay, so no doubt it is making a circular motion. No, here I am considering any point after time t. Okay, so in xz plane it is making circular motion. I'm considering that after time t because we need to find out velocity and displacement vector of this helical accelerated charged particle after time t. So I'm considering in xz plane due to external magnetic field after time t. So this is a point where charged particle is existed, right, guys? And v naught, magnitude of the charged particle will not, magnitude of velocity of the charged particle will not get affected due to the magnetic force. Only its magnitude is affecting along y direction because of electric force, guys. Vy and y got affected, but Vx and Vz remains same. But see, it got deviated, no? So if theta is a deviation angle, you can just resolve it. So if this is V naught along x-axis, its component will become V naught cos theta, and this will become V naught sin theta. So this is a chain you will find, students, V naught cos theta and V naught sin theta. And if you drop a perpendicular, definitely it will meet at center of the circle. Same that which one? Only magnetic field fourth case, no, that I'm doing, guys. This is Z axis, right? So this is going to be the center. And from here to here, I'm taking it is X, students, and this is Z, okay? And so no doubt this is going to be Z, and this is going to be R minus X, because if you take R as a radius, from here to here, this is A you take, students. This is point P you take, the required point P, okay? Then this is going to be R minus Z. Just like fourth case as it is, I'm doing, students, here. What I'm doing, fourth case as it is, I'm doing here. Therefore, see guys, here velocity will become, okay, Vx component will be going to be V naught cos theta, students. And theta is equal omega t, that is valued all the time. Theta is equal what, students? Omega t. And here Vz is going to be what? V naught sine theta, right guys? And here it will be theta, again deviation. Next, R x is going to be R sine theta. Okay, students, R is the radius of the circular path. And Z is going to be R into 1 minus cos theta. That's it, students. If you consider only magnetic field on the motion of charged particle, from our previous discussion, we can write Vx as like this, Vz as like this, Xz. We got all the things now, because velocity is Vx, Vy, Vz, X, Y, Z. We got Vy, Y because of electric field. And here we got Vx, Vz, X and Z coordinates due to only magnetic field. And see guys, here R is equal to, you can write M V naught by QB na, because radius of the circular path. And next, theta is equal to, students, here you can write omega t. And omega t is equal to QB by M, I guess here. Omega is equal to, if you want, you can write QB naught by M. So since we have taken all general assumptions, students, values also we are getting accordingly. This is omega, this is theta, and this is R. By substituting all these values, students, you are going to get velocity after time t as well as position vector after time t. So this is a way of analyzing case 1. What is case 1? When electric field and magnetic field are parallel to each other. Okay, students? See guys, in the case 2, when E is perpendicular to B and charged particle started from rest at origin, then the nature of the path traced by the charged particle is going to be cycloid. Okay. If you want to know more information about cycloid, you can ask your mathematics faculty. Right, friends? 1 second. Okay. See, guys. Here, if you want to visualize or if you want to understand exactly what cycloid means, you consider a rolling body. You just recollect our rolling concept in rotation that we have studied in first year. So if you consider a rolling body like this, I'm considering a rolling body, right guys? Here the body is rolling, means combined rotation and translation. No? What is rolling? Combined rotation and translation. Consider any point on the circumference of rolling body, students. Any point on the circumference of rolling body. Now listen carefully. The path traced by any point on the circumference of a rolling body is nothing but cycloid. That is called as cycloid. Okay, students? Means when the body is rolling, suppose P is here, no? When it rolls further, P comes here and goes here. Like this, what happens? It will go in this way, no? So that is, it is not helical. So the path it is tracing is going to be what? Cycloid. Okay, guys? If you want to remember practically, you take like this. It is nothing but the path traced by a point on circumference of a rolling body. That way you write it down, student. That is circumference on a rolling body. Not rotating body. See guys, it is rolling body. Rolling is combined rotation and translation, no, that one. Okay, itla kind of itla వస్తుంది largely I guess ఇలా ఇలాగా వెళ్తుంది. I don't know exactly, మీరు గూగుల్ చేసి చూసుకోండి అది. But I know only one thing, that the nature of path of a point on a circumference of a rolling body comes under approximately cycloid. Right, students? Because here the charged particle is going to make that cycloid. That also we are going to conclude after finding the equations. Same, students, here also we are going to see what could be the velocity after time t, and what could be the displacement vector after time t. Same thing, student, just like case 1. Okay, try to find out velocity of the charged particle after time t, and position vector of the charged particle after time t when it started from rest, or it is released from rest at origin, so that E and B are perpendicular to each other. Okay, guys, now let us consider E is equal to, right, electric field is equal to, students, I'm taking E naught I cap. Okay, guys, like this I'm taking, and I'm taking magnetic field is equal to B naught into J cap, right? So see, students, I'm taking magnetic field along y-axis, and I'm taking electric field along x-axis, students. Now try to analyze the motion of the charged particle separately because of electric field and because of magnetic field, students. No doubt here magnetic field will make it to move on a circle all the time, because F is equal Q into V cross B, no? And that too initially, students, when it started from origin, listen carefully, when it started from origin, that too initially at rest, no, there will be no effect of magnetic field, because magnetic field effect will be there only when charged particle associates with some speed. Q will be sin theta, no? So V0, initially at time t is equal to 0, there will be no effect of magnetic force on the charged particle. But electric field accelerates it along x-axis. Is it or not? See, electric field accelerates it along x-axis, because electric field we have assumed along x-axis. So once electric field accelerates it along x-axis, now the charged particle will gain velocity or motion perpendicular to magnetic field, because it is accelerating along x-axis, no, students, from magnetic field is perpendicular. So obviously what happens? The charged particle again starts experiencing magnetic force also. At t is equal to 0, only electric field. But with time, since charged particle started accelerating along x-axis, guys, it starts even moving on a circle because of magnetic field acting along y-axis. Okay, initially t is equal to 0, it won't experience magnetic force, but after some time it will experience magnetic force. Once the particle started moving, it will experience magnetic force, due to which it move on a circle. Then see, guys, it will move on which circle? Because of this, it will move on, it is J, no? Same, XZ plane. The nature of this circle is going to be what, students? XZ plane. Is it or not? Because I told always magnetic field remains perpendicular to the plane of the circle. Otherwise, magnetic field always acts along the axis of plane of the circle. Okay, guys? So this is XZ plane. Now, what is the role of this, guys? It will accelerate. So this will accelerate the charged particle along x-axis, guys. Because E is pointing along x-axis, no? Now B is making the charged particle to move on a circle along XZ plane. Okay, guys, means due to magnetic force, it is moving on a circle along XZ plane, and because of electric force, it is accelerating along x-axis. Okay, guys, it is accelerating along x-axis. Right, students? Now you observe the two instants carefully, here and here. Then electric force is not supporting the charged particle to move along y-axis. And meanwhile, here magnetic force is also not supporting the charged particle to deviate along y-axis or to deviate in y-plane. Ikkada chudandama, because of magnetic field, circular path in XZ plane kada, ante no y component. Here also because of electric field, it is accelerating along x-axis kada, no y component. What does it mean, guys? What does it mean exactly? ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ నుంచి what can we conclude? In this situation, the particle or the charged particle will not have any motion along y-axis. చూడండి అమ్మా, కేర్ఫుల్గా చూడండి ఇక్కడ. The particle will not have any motion along y-axis. Okay, guys? చూడండి ఇక్కడ, source of electric force, source of magnetic force will not allow the charged particle to move along y-axis. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ magnetic force ఎలా యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది? XZ plane. ఓకే, XZ plane, రైట్. అంటే XO ZO toward the center, సర్కిల్ ఇక్కడ మూవ్ అవుతుంది. అంటే if you assume the velocity after time t, if you assume the velocity after time t, students, no need of taking y component. ప్రీవియస్ కేసులో మనం y component తీసుకున్నాం. ఎందుకంటే బికాస్ ఆఫ్ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫోర్స్ స్టూడెంట్స్, ద పార్టికల్ ఈజ్ మూవింగ్ ఆన్ ఎ సర్కిల్ ఇన్ XZ ప్లేన్. అంటే Vx ఉంది, Vz ఉంది, బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్. అండ్ హియర్ ఆల్సో బికాస్ ఆఫ్ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫోర్స్ Vx ఉంటుంది, Vz ఉంటుంది, రైట్ స్టూడెంట్స్? దేర్ ఆల్సో వీ హ్యావ్ Vx అండ్ Vz. అండ్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫోర్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ యాక్సిలరేషన్ అలాంగ్ y యాక్సిస్. ఎందుకంటే ప్రీవియస్ కేసులో మనం ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫోర్స్ని J డైరెక్షన్లో తీసుకున్నాం. బట్ హియర్, since these two are perpendicular, I kept magnetic field as it is, but I took electric field along x-axis. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం velocity assume చేసుకుంటే స్టూడెంట్స్, let us consider velocity after time t as only Vx I cap plus Vz k cap ఉంటుంది, Vy ఉండదు. This is the thing I want to conclude. Similarly, displacement కూడా x into I cap ఉంటుంది plus z into k cap. Now our target is to find out Vx, Vz, x and z. Ante. Our target is to find out what, students? Vx, Vz and x and z. ఇది మాత్రమే మనం find out చేయాలి. ఎందుకంటే here Vy will be 0 and y will be 0 after time t. These two things. Right, students? అంటే after t. అంటే అసలు motion along y-axis couldn't possible according to the nature of electric force and magnetic force in this case. This is the thing I want to conclude before entering the derivation, students. Okay, I hope you people might have understood what I did here, right? If you are confident, I'm going to rub it and I'm going to start doing derivations. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకు ఏవైతే డెరివేషన్స్ వస్తాయో, దే ఆర్ ద జనరల్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ సైక్లాయిడ్. ఓకే స్టూడెంట్స్, హెలిక్స్ కాదు. ఇక్కడ హెలిక్స్ ఎందుకు కాదన్నది చూపెడతాను. కొంతమంది చెప్తారు ఇక్కడ x యాక్సిస్ యాక్సిలరేట్ అయిపోయింది, సర్కిల్ అయింది, సర్కిల్ అయింది యాక్సిలరేట్ అయింది, సర్కిల్ అయింది యాక్సిలరేట్ అయింది, అయితే హెలిక్సే కదా అంటారు. బట్ హెలిక్స్ అన్నప్పుడు వాట్ ఆర్ ద చేంజెస్ విల్ టేక్ ప్లేస్, సైక్లాయిడ్కి ఏం చేంజెస్ అనేది ప్రాక్టికల్లీ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు సీ ఆఫ్టర్ గెటింగ్ ద వాల్యూస్ ఆఫ్ x and z. రైట్ స్టూడెంట్స్? ఓకే, I hope you people understood this. Now I am taking the derivation. Okay, no need of considering Vy component in velocity as well as y coordinate in position vector. Okay, guys? So directly I am taking the Lorentz force here. Okay, copy it quickly. I'm taking the Lorentz force. So Lorentz force acting on the charged particle is equal to Q into E plus Q into V cross B, no? According to our assumption, you substitute the values, guys, so that I'm going to get Lorentz force. Q can be written outside. Same positively charge you take, friends. Here E ante you can write it as E naught I cap, okay, plus Q into V cross B kada. See friends, V cross B means I can, anyway Q I have taken common from both values. So see guys, here I can write Q E naught into I cap plus V cross B, na? V cross B, right? Substitute the values, guys. V cross B, right? F is equal to Q into, right students? E naught into I cap, right? Plus velocity is what, students? Vx I cap plus Vz k cap. No Vy, no. Cross B, we have taken it as B naught into J cap. Now do the cross product, guys. Ikkada meer cross product cheyandi. Cross product chesi, then write down the final result. Quickly do the cross product, all of you. Write down the final result. Ikkada V cross B kadamma. V manam Vx I cap plus Vz k cap అని తీసుకున్నాం. ఎందుకంటే ఇన్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ అనలైజింగ్ ద మోషన్ vy 0 అని ఆల్రెడీ concluded. అందుకే vy is not taken here. Okay guys, so vx I cap plus vz k cap cross b naught j, cross product చేయండి vectorially. So I guess after doing the cross product you are going to get the value as, fast గా చేసుకోండి మా క్రాస్ ప్రోడక్ట్. మీకు ఇక్కడ వాల్యూ ఏమొస్తుందంటే, 1 second friends, q into ఇది క్రాస్ చెక్ చేసుకోండి, e naught minus vz b naught into I cap వస్తుందమ్మా ప్లస్, రైట్, q of e naught minus vz b naught into I cap students plus q vx b naught into k cap. This is a thing you are going to get students after doing the simplification of that, right guys? నేను కొంచెం టైం సేవింగ్ కోసం క్విక్గా simplified values వాడతాను, but you people have to solve and write down. Okay, right, Vaishnav Verma is saying yes, then okay, we got approval, same answer. Right, go ahead. Q into E naught minus Vz B naught into I cap, next QVX B naught. Right students, now I can even write this as F is equal to Fx component into I cap plus Fz component into J cap. Is it or not? Can't you write like this? F is equal to Fx component into I cap, Fz component into K cap. Here students, I can take Fx component as Q of E naught, right, minus Vz into B naught students. Then Fx అనుకోవచ్చు, and basing on this I can write m into Ax, and acceleration of charged particle along x-axis guys. This is equal to, I can write Q into E naught minus Vz into B naught, right guys? You take m to that side so that I can write directly Ax is equal to acceleration of charged particle along x-axis is going to be Q by m into E naught minus, right students, Vz into B naught. Okay guys, take this as first equation. మన simplification లో దీని first equation అని తీసుకోండి, every one of you. Okay guys, directly I'm taking the Lorentz force here, so that after simplifying the Lorentz force we got x component as well as z component. Therefore the net force because of magnetic and electric field along x-axis is going to be this. Therefore acceleration is going to be Q by m into this. Similarly net force along K, this is K, sorry, this is K cap, right students? We got Fx Fz into K cap. Now we got Ax. No students, ఇది ఒక్కటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, we are going to make use of this equation, is very important. Next, similarly students, Az is equal to, I'm going to write Az is equal to, ఇది z component kada, so Fz by m, I'm going to get Fz by m, this is going to be Fz kada. So this implies guys Az is equal to, I'm going to write QVx B naught by m, QVx B naught by m. So this is going to be acceleration along z-axis students. I hope you might have understood that. Take it as second equation students. నేను ఈ sentence rub చేయబోతున్నాను, rub it fast quickly. So I'm going to take this as second equation. Okay. So I got here it as first equation Q by m into E naught minus Vz B naught, and here I got second equation as QVx B naught by m. Okay guys, Ax I got and Az. Okay, now I'm rubbing these two lines. Keep writing quickly students, lot of space is required for simplification here. Now I got acceleration along x-axis, this no. What I'm doing here is students, listen, from first equation నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నా అంటే dAx by dt అని ఒకటి చేస్తున్నా నేను. because I can even write it as d square vx by dt square. Ila raj kada. Can't I write like this? Okay, dx by dt is equal to d square vx by dt square. Okay, d square vx by అంటే dvx by dt ని మళ్ళీ డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేసాం. యాక్సిలరేషన్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఈజ్ dv by dt కదా, మళ్ళీ యాక్సిలరేషన్ ని డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, d square v by dt square కదా. ద సేమ్ థింగ్ ఐ హావ్ డన్ హియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్. అండ్ దిస్ ఈజ్ x కదా, సో q by m ఏమవ్వదు, ఇట్ విల్ రిమైన్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గైస్. బట్ ఇక్కడ ఈ నాట్ కాన్స్టెంట్ కాబట్టి 0 అయిపోతుంది, మైనస్ b నాట్ విల్ రిమైన్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్, రైట్ స్టూడెంట్స్. అండ్ vz వేరియబుల్ కాబట్టి you will get dvz by dt. Okay guys, itla vasthundi dvz by dt ante az vasthundi manaku. Here I can write simplified form as students, listen carefully, d square vx by dt square, listen carefully all of you, d square vx by dt square is equal to, you are going to get q b naught minus q, I'm writing directly, b naught by m, right, into dvz by ante ఇక్కడ నేను az రాయొచ్చు. Can't I write like this? So from second az is equal to, even we have this value, substitute here. Okay, నేను ఓన్లీ సింప్లిఫికేషన్ చేస్తున్నానమ్మా, లారెంజ్ ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేశాను అకార్డింగ్ టు అవర్ అజంప్షన్, and after that just I am going ahead simplifying the equations that I got after applying Lorentz force. Okay, లారెంజ్ ఫోర్స్ లో నాకు x కాంపోనెంట్ వచ్చింది, z కాంపోనెంట్ వచ్చింది. సో డెఫినెట్లీ చార్జ్డ్ పార్టికల్ విల్ హ్యావ్ యాక్సిలరేషన్ అలాంగ్ x కాంపోనెంట్ అండ్ z కాంపోనెంట్ కదా. దోస్ యాక్సిలరేషన్స్ హ్యావ్ రిటర్న్ లైక్ దిస్ గైస్, ax az. తర్వాత వాట్ ఐ డిడ్, ఐ హ్యావ్ డిఫరెన్షియేటెడ్ ax acceleration so that I got there, in that ax acceleration నాకు ఏమొచ్చిందమ్మా, az కాంపోనెంట్ వచ్చింది. ఇప్పుడు ఇదే ఈక్వేషన్ లో ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు రిప్లేస్ దిస్ az వాల్యూ, సింప్లిఫై చేయండి. ఇక్కడ ఫ్రమ్ సెకండ్ ఈక్వేషన్, ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ సెకండ్ ఈక్వేషన్ గైస్, what I am doing is, see here from second equation, okay, అంటే ఇదే పక్కనే ఉంది చూడండి, ఇక్కడ az సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి, then d square vx by dt square, d square vx by dt square is equal to minus q b naught by m, right guys, minus q b naught by m into az. Okay guys, what is az here, q vx b naught by m atama, idi az, q vx b naught by m. Now try to write it simplified formula students, right? నాకు ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ కావాలి, అందుకే దిస్ సైడ్ ఐఎమ్ రబ్బింగ్ గైస్. ఫస్ట్ అండ్ సెకండ్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఐ నీడ్, ఇక్కడ నాకు ఫస్ట్ అండ్ సెకండ్ ఈక్వేషన్ కావాలి, దట్స్ వై ఐఎమ్ నాట్ రబ్బింగ్ ఫస్ట్ అండ్ సెకండ్ ఈక్వేషన్ గైస్, ఓన్లీ ద రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ సింప్లిఫైడ్ పార్ట్ ఐఎమ్ రబ్బింగ్, అండ్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు కంటిన్యూ హియర్ గైస్. ఇది ఉంది కదా, దీన్ని సింప్లిఫైడ్ ఫార్మ్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు కంటిన్యూ హియర్, సో దట్ డి స్క్వేర్ విఎక్స్ బై dt square is equal to, right, minus q b naught square, minus q square వస్తుంది, minus q b naught by m whole square into vx I'm getting guys. చూడండి ఒకసారి, what I'm getting, the simplified form after substituting d square vx by dt square is equal to minus q b naught by m whole square into vx. Observe this equation closely students and try to write one non-differential equation. మనకి ఇక్కడ d square x by dt square లేదా d square y by dt square is equal to minus omega square into y అన్నది ఒక ఫెమిలియర్ డిఫరెన్షియల్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఉన్నది. దీన్నే మనం SHM అంటాం కదా, సింపుల్ హార్మోనిక్ మోషన్ యాక్సిలరేషన్ a is equal to, that is దీన్నే మనం యాక్సిలరేషన్ is equal to ఒమేగా స్క్వేర్ y అని రాస్తాం కదా, రైట్. అండ్ దీనికి జనరల్ సొల్యూషన్ ఏం రాస్తాం మనం? y is equal to a sin omega t plus phi అని రాస్తాం కదా జనరల్ సొల్యూషన్. అంటే ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ రికలెక్టింగ్ ద డిఫరెన్షియల్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఆఫ్ SHM. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఉందమ్మా, బట్ ఇన్ ప్లేస్ ఆఫ్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఇక్కడ Vx ఉంది, అంటే వెలాసిటీ అలాంగ్ x axis guys. What it is? Velocity along x axis. అంటే c d square Vx by dt square is going to be q b naught by m whole square into Vx. అంటే ఇక్కడ finally we can conclude that velocity of charged particle is executing SHM అమ్మా. Velocity of charged particle along x axis అట. How it is along x axis? ఇప్పుడు మనకు ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫోర్స్ అలాంగ్ x axis యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది కదా, అంటే electric force along x axis on the charged particle is supplying the necessary restoring force, right, to make SHM on x axis. అంటే to and fro motion అట. You can't imagine displacement making to and fro అన్నది మనం ఇప్పటివరకు చూసాం కదా. సో డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ పార్టికల్ ఇస్ SHM అని చూసాం. ఇక్కడ నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్ చూస్తున్నాం, వెలాసిటీ ఆఫ్ ది పార్టికల్ ఇస్ SHM. ఇమాజిన్ ఇట్, ఆ షేప్ మీరు ఇమాజిన్ చేసుకోండి, దాంట్లో నుంచి సైక్లాయిడ్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే గాయస్, సైక్లాయిడ్ లో వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్, వెలాసిటీ అలాంగ్ x axis అంటే మన అజంప్షన్ లో, ఓకే, వెలాసిటీ వన్ ఆఫ్ ది కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ వెలాసిటీ ఇన్ సైక్లాయిడ్, ఓకే, ఎగ్జిక్యూట్స్ SHM. వెలాసిటీ టు అండ్ ఫ్రో చేస్తుందంటే యూ కెన్ ఇమాజిన్, మీకు ఒకవేళ ఏమైనా ఐడియా వస్తే దాన్ని ఫిగర్ రూపంలో డ్రా చేసుకోండి. యు జస్ట్ డ్రా ఇట్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ ఫిగర్. ఓకే, బట్ లిజన్ స్టూడెంట్స్, అదంతా పక్కన పెట్టండి. ఫ్రమ్ ద నాలెడ్జ్ ఆఫ్ లారెంజ్ ఫోర్స్ వీ హ్యావ్ concluded this, right students? We have concluded this. Okay, Vaishnavi Verma, practically tough, no imagine, but it is possible practically. We can't imagine it, but it is possible practically. That is cycloid. Cycloid kuda ela imagine chesukovali? Try to observe any point on the circumference of a rolling body. మీరు సైకిల్ రైడ్ చేస్తుంటారు కదా, సైకిల్ రైడ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఫ్రంట్ టైర్ కానీ బ్యాక్ టైర్ కానీ ఒక పాయింట్ తీసుకోండి, మీరు పాయింట్ తీసుకొని సైకిల్ రైడ్ చేయండి, అదే రోలింగ్ కదా వీల్. ఓకే, ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ మోషన్ ఆఫ్ ఎ వీల్ ఆఫ్ ఎ సైకిల్ ఈజ్ ఇది కదా. ఒక పాయింట్ పెట్టండి, ఆ పాయింట్ ఎలా పాత్ ట్రేస్ చేస్తుందో ఇమాజినరీ ఫిగర్ డ్రా చేయండి, దట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ద సైక్లాయిడ్, రైట్ గైస్? సో పక్కన పెట్టండి. బట్ ఇన్ ద సైక్లాయిడ్ ఆల్వేస్ velocity along x axis in this situation is making SHM, right students? ఇలా చెప్పొచ్చు, velocity is oscillating SHM. Therefore we can write the general solution for it as like this: Vx is equal to a sin omega t plus phi, where amplitude a is the amplitude, phi is the initial phase. What is a here? Amplitude. Amplitude ante maximum value of the velocity students, and phi is nothing but initial phase. అంటే యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ SHM నే మనం కన్సిడర్ చేస్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ, రైట్ స్టూడెంట్స్? ఇనిషియల్ ఫేజ్ అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ పాసిబుల్ ఓన్లీ వెన్ t is equal to 0, రైట్ గైస్? ఇనిషియల్ ఫేజ్ మీన్స్ t is equal to 0. కాపీ ఇట్ క్విక్లీ. నాకు ఫస్ట్ సెకండ్ ఈక్వేషన్ కావాలి, అందుకే ఎక్సెప్ట్ ఈ ఫస్ట్ ఈ సెకండ్ ఈక్వేషన్ తప్ప రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది పార్ట్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు రబ్ ఇట్. నవ్ ఐ రిక్వైర్డ్ దిస్ ఆల్సో. ఇది కూడా కావాలి నాకు, ఐఎమ్ టేకింగ్ ఇట్ as థర్డ్. In remaining gaps I'm going to do the solution students. 1 2 3 I'm not going to rub. In the rest of the portions I'm going to rub. Okay guys, a is the amplitude there, phi is the initial phase, right? Now you see, substitute t is equal to 0 students. Substitute t is equal to 0 because here phi is the initial phase at t is equal to 0 kada, and at t is equal to 0 Vx is also 0. ఎందుకని? పార్టికల్ స్టార్టెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ రెస్ట్ అని తీసుకున్నాం కదా మనం. ఇన్ ద స్టార్టింగ్ ఆఫ్ ది కేస్ వీ హ్యావ్ అజ్యూమ్డ్ దట్ పార్టికల్ స్టార్టెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ రెస్ట్ అన్నాం, అంటే Vx విల్ బి 0. సో Vx విల్ బి 0 పెడితే వాట్ డూ యూ గెట్? phi. Vx విల్ బి 0, రైట్? ఇక్కడ మనం Vx 0 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే 0 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు a sin t 0 కదా, a sin phi ఇట్లా. So that means you can take phi is equal to 0. That means initial phase is 0. Initial phase compulsory consider cheyali, endukante here velocity is executing SHM guys. Why? Velocity is executing SHM. Okay, displacement kaadu, velocity is executing SHM kabatti ఇనిషియల్ ఫేజ్ 0. ఇనిషియల్ ఫేజ్ 0 కాబట్టి ద జనరల్ సొల్యూషన్ ఫర్ దట్ వెలాసిటీ అంటే వెలాసిటీ along x-axis at any time can be written as a sin omega t. అట్లా ఇది వచ్చింది మనకు. వెలాసిటీ at any instant along x-axis is written as. దీన్ని నేను ఫోర్త్ ఈక్వేషన్ అంటున్నాను. See guys, now I got velocity along x-axis. ఎందుకంటే మనకు vx కావాలి, vz కావాలి కదా for writing velocity equation. We need vx and vz. vx I got guys. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఆంప్లిట్యూడ్ రాలేదు నాకు. ఒమేగా నో ఇష్యూ. ఒమేగా అంటే మనం ఏం రాయొచ్చు ఇక్కడ దీన్ని ఒమేగా రాయొచ్చు అమ్మ మనం. యూ కెన్ రైట్ దిస్ యాజ్ ఒమేగా. ఒమేగా స్క్వేర్ ఎక్స్ కదా. అంటే హియర్ యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఒమేగా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు హియర్ యూ రైట్ క్యూ బి నాట్ బై ఎం బికాస్ దిస్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ డి స్క్వేర్ y by dt square is equal to minus omega square y కదా. So on comparing the general differential equation of SHM, you can take q b naught by m as omega students. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ మనం ఒమేగా వచ్చేసింది. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఒమేగా నో వరీస్, ఆంప్లిట్యూడ్ కావాలి మనకు. వాట్ డు వి నీడ్ హియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్? ఆంప్లిట్యూడ్. సో ఫర్ గెటింగ్ ఆంప్లిట్యూడ్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ ఈస్ ఈ ఏరియాలో ఫస్ట్ రబ్ చేస్తున్నాను, తర్వాత ఐ విల్ సాల్వ్ ఇట్. రైట్ స్టూడెంట్స్, కాపీ ఇట్ క్విక్లీ. See guys, here you see omega is q b naught by m na. So from fourth equation what I am doing is I am taking dvx by dt and I am differentiating fourth equation students. Fourth equation ni differentiate chestunna. Appudu em ostundi manaku from fourth equation this side I will write dvx by dt, right? This should equal to a omega cos omega t. ఎందుకంటే మన టార్గెట్ ఇప్పుడు క్యాపిటల్ ఏ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. ఒమేగా ఆల్రెడీ వి గాట్ ఇట్ బై కంపేరింగ్ ఇట్ విత్ ద స్టాండర్డ్ డిఫరెన్షియల్ ఈక్వేషన్. రైట్ స్టూడెంట్స్, నౌ వి నీడ్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ఒమేగా. దానికోసం dv by and I'm taking it as ax. So ax can be written as a omega cos omega t students. ఇట్లా రాయొచ్చు from our assumption. But from the first equation ax is equal to value ఉంది కదా మనకు. From first equation this is ax and here you substitute t is equal to 0 guys. You substitute t is equal to 0, then ax is going to be a omega because cos 0 is going to be 1 kada. But if you substitute t is equal to 0 here in the first equation, listen carefully guys. ఇప్పుడు ఇది రబ్ చేస్తున్నాను, ఆల్రెడీ నేను ఒమేగా వాల్యూ తీసుకున్నాను కదా. థర్డ్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఐఎమ్ రబ్బింగ్ స్టూడెంట్స్. ఇంకా థర్డ్ ఈక్వేషన్తో ఏం పని లేదు. ఐ డోంట్ రిక్వైర్ ఎనీ వర్క్ విత్ థర్డ్ ఈక్వేషన్. ఐఎమ్ రబ్బింగ్ ఇట్. సో see students, here in third equation omega I have taken it out. Now see students, ikkada from t is equal to 0 I got ax is equal to a omega వచ్చింది కదా. ఇది ఇలాగే పెట్టేయండి అమ్మా. ఇది ఇలాగే పెట్టి ఫస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ లో ట్రై టు టేక్ ax వాల్యూ at t is equal to 0. ఇది ఏమవుతుందంటే qe నాట్ బై m అవుతుందమ్మా. దిస్ ఈజ్ బికాస్ at t is equal to 0 vz will be 0 ఎందుకంటే పార్టికల్ స్టార్టెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ రెస్ట్ కదా. సో in ax here you have vz, so this vz is going to be 0 students because initially the particle started from rest. Okay guys, so ax can be written as q e naught by m. t is equal to 0 దగ్గర vz 0 అయిపోయింది. నౌ ఇది ax ఇది ax కదమ్మా. ఈక్వేట్ చేయండి. సో ఈక్వేట్ చేస్తే a omega is equal to q e naught by m వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ ఒమేగా వాల్యూ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసి a వాల్యూ తీసుకోండమ్మా. హియర్ a is equal to q e naught by m omega. Right students, q e naught by m omega. Keep writing quickly, otherwise మీరు ఆర్డర్ మిస్ అయిపోతారు. క్విక్ గా రాయనమ్మా. Just you follow me as it is. ఒమేగా is equal q b naught by m కదా. ఆ వాల్యూ ఇక్కడ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే a is equal to substitute it q b naught by m. q by m cancel అయిపోతుంది కదా. సో you are going to get I guess e naught by b naught వస్తుందమ్మా. This is amplitude. అంటే in vx we got amplitude. Okay guys, Vx is equal to a sine omega t with amplitude as E naught by B naught. Okay, students, we got amplitude value directly. So therefore, from fourth equation, ఇక్కడ రబ్ చేస్తున్నాను. I'm rubbing this space. So see guys, from fourth equation, I can take amplitude as E naught by V naught, and substituting, I got the final simplified value of velocity along x-axis, students. That is E naught by B naught. Okay, E naught by B naught sine omega t. Right, students, this is velocity Vx we got. Right, మనకు Vx వచ్చేసింది. E naught by B naught sine omega t. అంటే velocity after time t, right, of the charged particle along x-axis is going to be E naught by B naught sine omega t. అందుకే నేను హెలిక్స్ అనలేదు. అట్లా sinusoidal variation, how can you treat it as helix, students? Leave it off, right? And next, for getting Vz, ఇంకా మనకు Vz కావాలి కదా. So this is a Az you have, students. Substitute the value of Vx in Az. So now see guys, quickly you do it. From second, right, here I can take Az is equal to, this is Q B naught by M into substitute Vx value, students. Then you are going to get E naught by B naught into sine omega t, right, students? This is Az value. Okay, now I am rubbing this. దీంతో ఇంకా మనకు పని లేదు. I am rubbing first equation, right, students? Now our job is done with the first equation. So I am rubbing this. So see guys, now here B naught get cancelled. Az is equal to, I can write it as Q E naught by M. See guys, Q E naught by M into sine omega t. So this is Az I got, guys. Q E naught by M into sine omega t. So now what I'm doing is, I'm writing Az as dVz by dt, students. Listen, I'm writing Az as dVz by dt. That is equal to, I'm writing Q E naught by M, right, into sine omega t. Okay guys, now what I'm doing is, I'm rubbing all these things. ఇక్కడ మన జాబ్ అయిపోయిందమ్మా. సో ఇవన్నీ వాల్యూస్ తీసేయచ్చు, బికాస్ వి గాట్ డైరెక్ట్లీ Vx వాల్యూ కదా. Vx వాల్యూ ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసింది మనకు. సో యూ కీప్ దట్ వాల్యూ, రిమైనింగ్ ఆల్ యూ రబ్ ఇట్. This also omega is required. Q B naught by M, no, every time omega is required. So this is Q B naught by M, and amplitude is also required sometimes, E naught by B naught. Now see guys, here what I'm doing is, I'm taking dVz is equal to, I can write Q E naught by M into sine omega t into dt. Now derive it guys. From 0 to Vz, right? From 0 to t. After integrating here, we are going to get Vz is equal to, students, I will write directly the value. 1 second. But you people afterwards, you integrate it and go ahead. You integrate it, because sine omega t dt, na, you are going to get Vz as E naught by B naught into, ఇది మీకు passage ఉంటుంది material లో, V naught by B naught omega, E naught by B naught omega into, sorry, omega led, E naught by B naught into 1 minus cos omega t. This is Vz. So we got Vx and Vz, friends. We got Vx and Vz. Okay guys, so that you can write velocity after time t, no? You got Vx and Vz. So I'm rubbing all these things now. Only keep Vx value and Vz value. So can't you write velocity after time t of this cycloid? Now see guys, you can write velocity of this equation is equal to Vx I cap plus Vz k cap over, guys, this is a velocity of this particle. మీకు లెక్చర్ షీట్ లో పాసేజ్ ఉంటుంది, బీ కేర్ఫుల్. దట్స్ వై నేను డీటెయిల్డ్ ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ తీసుకుంటున్నాను. Vx is given by this value and Vz is given by this value. Okay guys, we got Vx and Vz. Now our target is to find out displacement vector kadama, manaki idi kuda kavali, x into I cap plus z into k cap. We need displacement vector also guys. For finding displacement vector మనం ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తామంటే Vx ఉంది కదా, Vx ని we will write it as dx by dt, that is equal to E naught by B naught into sin omega t అని రాస్తామమ్మ మనం. మళ్ళీ again integrating with proper limits, you are going to get x coordinate ఇలాగే dx is equal to E naught by B naught sin omega t dt అని తీసుకుంటే the simplified form of x is comes out to be ఇట్లా వస్తుంది E naught by B naught omega into 1 minus cos omega t guys. కావాలంటే మీరు ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసి రాసుకోండి, చిన్న చిన్న ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఉంటుంది, టఫ్ ఏమి ఉండదు, కొంచెం టైం స్పెండ్ చేయాలి. If you are not convinced, you write down the integration and then you take it, right guys? Next, similarly in the same way we got Vz also, no, ఇక్కడ మనకు Vz కూడా ఉంది కదా, by writing Vz as dz by dt, rate of change of displacement is velocity కదా, basic formula నేను వాడుతున్నాను. Vz is equal to dz by dt, that is equal to what is dz by dt? Here you see guys, E naught by B naught into 1 minus cos omega t ఉంది కదా. Now by integrating this you are going to get z as E naught by B naught omega, keep writing quickly, E naught by B naught omega into omega t minus sin omega t. That's it. This is z. Now how do you get position vector after time t? This is x and z. In fact, x and z ఉన్నాయి కదమ్మా, these are treated as the general equations of a cycloid. x and z coordinates ఉన్నాయి కదా, మీరు x z coordinates ని కలిపి ఒక ఈక్వేషన్ తీసుకుంటే అంటే పారాబోలా y is equal to ax plus bx square అని అలా వస్తుంది కదా. Likewise you can treat x and z, on combining you will get one general equation, దాన్ని మనం equation of a cycloid అంటాం. Okay students, so this is a situation. We got x coordinate, z coordinate, velocity along x axis, velocity along z axis. Okay guys, ఇక్కడ velocity along z axis కూడా వచ్చేసింది మనకు, right? This is Vz, Vx and x and z. So that velocity vector after time t, displacement vector after time t going to be these values. Okay guys.